Hey guys, Cloud here, and I know you didn't expect to see me so soon, but today I have a missile system. I know maybe the missile doesn't look like what I used in the thumbnail. That's besides the point. The point is the commands here. It's highlighting something from a previous video called smooth rotation. It highlights a system that I created myself using some logic, and I explain it in the video how it works, but essentially it allows us to rotate to a desired angle approximately. So it's kind of another word for it could be approximate rotation, and the word approximate rotation is a good keyword, especially for this video. So what we're essentially doing is we are making this entity move towards me, but approximately, not perfectly. You could implement this so that the missile moves perfectly, but you don't always want perfectly. So for example, what if I want it to hit the wall? All right, so I click the button, it's gone, right? I go here, it turns, it hits the wall, boom, it's gone. Because, you know, you don't want it to be perfect. Most fun mechanics in games are not perfect. It's not fun to just instantly get snapped on and destroyed. For example, let's say you have some kind of like a tank or something and you want it to like target at the player. Well, you don't want the tank to instantly snap to them. You want an approximation. So that's what this does. And it almost directly uses the command from the previous video. And then I added 3 more for the explosion effect. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. I mean, this is just one of the things I'd said I would explore, but I'm going to be exploring more. We out here innovating, one commands. Literally, I'm taking a different approach these past few months to creations in making things as simple as possible, but having the biggest diversity as possible. So in that sense, here we have a single command that does all that kind of approximate rotation all on its own. Real workhorse here. Real workhorse. All right, so as all the missiles at them, you anchor to their eyes. Okay, then you face me or some nearby player that you want it to target. And then you move towards it in forward one, and then you rotate as the original entity, so the direction it's currently facing, and you move in that direction. So what this is vector addition. I explained it in the previous video. It'll be linked in the description. All right, so really the difference between this and my previous video on this is instead of saying rotated as some target rotation entity, I face the nearest entity and make that my target rotation, and your target rotation will constantly update, but the rotation of the entity will constantly update, and the further off it is, the faster it'll rotate. Okay, so let's talk about the last step is just to face back towards the entity, flop the direction, and then go back to where the entity is positioned at and update their head rotation and also move forward a little bit. So let's talk about if you didn't understand any of that and you don't want to watch the previous video, and you still want to use this kind of concept, just focus on what you can adjust here. So this 0.5 is how fast the thing is going to move towards the player. Okay, the ratio 5:1 is going to affect how fast it snaps. So let's go ahead and do an example where I change it to 5. 5:5, that's fast snapping. See, it doesn't even get stuck up on the wall. It gets fast rotation snapping. Real OP. But let's go ahead and make it, instead of 5:5, let's go 5:0.5. And all that matters is the ratio, not the magnitude. And we go ahead and run this, and you can see it goes around the wall. And it can't really get to me because it's taking so long to rotate. So it kind of just orbits. Yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting idea. I think that if I just change this to 0, I'm just messing around here, guys. I'm sorry. But if you change it to 0, I'm pretty sure that it just goes off in a straight line. Okay. But if you made it a really tiny number, then you would have a really small approximation. So let's change this to 4. No, let's make this 2 and 2. And all the rest of the commands are very simple. I will include all the commands in the description if you just want this creeper head missile thing. Yeah, so 2 I think is better. 1 is like a little bit bad. 2 is pretty good, and it works in all dimensions. This thing really follows you. So then for the explosion stuff, all I do is I go to the missile, I anchor to the eyes, I look if there's an entity nearby, aka a player nearby, and I summon a creeper, that's the explosion, and then I have the same criteria and then kill it. So this does the same thing. So if this is true and it summons a creeper, this would also be true and it kills itself. So this just spawns the creeper, kills itself, and now my video is demonetized. Then this last one just makes it go away if it's not in the air, so that's how it like stops on the wall. But there's so much work you could do to this to make it look cooler. You could 3D model, you can make it faster, you can make it have like particle effects. That's all you. I just wanted to share this idea. I don't have any plans for this to use it in any map or anything. I just wanted to share a cool idea with you guys as an extension of my previous video. You might see a lot of these because yeah, that command has really opened up a lot of doors for cool stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.